So you've decided that you want to start taking pictures. You'd like to create some imagery, and you get online and you start looking at all the things that are available to do that. How many megapixels it has, or what ISO it can go to, or the shutter speed, or there's so many different things, and you start critiquing everything to figure out exactly what you need to get started. Don't worry about that. What you need to do to get started is start working on your skills, and you don't have to have high-end equipment to do that. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a camera on a budget, how you can get started and start making really great imagery without spending a whole lot of money, without breaking the bank. So let's get to it. To do this video, I went out on Facebook Marketplace and I literally bought a bucket load of photography gear. And I'm going to put a picture of the bucket that I purchased it all in. And inside there was a bunch of different things. There were smaller containers that had filters in it and all kinds of paraphernalia. But the reason why I bought it was for this camera. This is an Olympus camera. It came out in 2008. It's called an E420. And this is a micro four thirds camera, which means the sensor is fairly small, smaller than even a crop sensor camera. So I purchased that bucket load of equipment, this camera, and 2 lenses for $50. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this equipment, put it through its paces, show you all different kinds of things you can do with a camera like this. Can you shoot video? Nope. This is a 2008 camera. It's nice because one of the features it has on it was new at the time, pretty much, live view, which means on the LCD screen behind the camera, you can actually see what's going on through the lens. So this was kind of a leader at that time in having that view on the back of the camera. Other than that, it's a 10 megapixel, so it doesn't have a huge amount of megapixels going for it. I think the ISO on it is 1600, so that's not very high. But I paid $50 for a bucket load of equipment. Let's see what we can do with it. So don't worry about your location as to where you're going to go to shoot your imagery. Just step out the door. Go into your backyard. Go into your front yard. If you don't have a front or backyard, go on the balcony or the fire escape. Just go someplace and start shooting photographs. Now, shoot in the automatic function for a while, just to get used to how the camera feels and how you can either use live view or use the viewfinder if you have that option to your camera, and just get a feel for it. And then start playing around with the other things. Go to aperture priority and see how that works differently than the automatic function. Eventually you're going to work your way into the manual mode. In manual mode, you're going to set your ISO, you're going to set your aperture, and you're going to set your f-stops, and you'll learn about how all 3 of those things work together in conjunction with each other and how you can manipulate them to get some specific imagery you're looking for. So you don't have to have thousands of dollars worth of equipment to start learning these basics. Get you an inexpensive camera and go out there and start using it. Shoot in the house and see the difference between using the flash and not using the flash, and see what difference that ISO has to do in your imagery, and also your f-stops. See how it affects the light. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to learn. So I'm going to run around the backyard and take some photographs with this little 10 megapixel camera. It will shoot 4 frames per second. So if I want to do some burst shots and catch maybe a squirrel running across the backyard, I can do that too. So get your equipment, go out there and start making a bunch of terrible mistakes. That's how you're going to learn, and it's also going to let you know what your software can do to correct some of those mistakes. So let's get started. Don't forget, walk around, take those photographs, get some imagery, and then we'll go in and get on the computer and see what you can use to change those pictures that you shot if they don't come out exactly like you intended. And once again, looking through the live view or looking through the lens viewfinder, you have to be able to place things where they belong in that picture. Don't just create a bullseye in the center of the frame and just take pictures of everything just down in the frame. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen anything like this before. This happened to come with the group of camera gear that I got for the $50 in the bucket, in the tote. And I purchased all these things. And this was one of the items that was in there. All this is a hollow tube. And it creates distance between your camera lens and the sensor. And when that happens, when you take your camera and you put this tube between the sensor and the camera lens, it creates magnification. It makes things larger. So if you are using a lens that may be as close as you can get is 1 foot, and that's not close enough, you want to do some photography at even closer imagery than that, you want to get right up on it, you're going to need something like this, like some of these tubes. Now, you can get these things where they will have a feature to them to where all the electronics will work between the lens and the camera. This particular set is just the manual kind. So once you put this on your camera, you're going to be shooting in manual. So I'm going to do a shot right now. I'm going to get down and take a picture of a little tiny flower. The flower is probably about the size of the end of your thumb. And I'm going to get down as close as I can to it with the regular lens, which is a 14-42 millimeter. And I'm going to go down to the 14 so I can get as close as possible and take the photograph. And you're going to see that picture. Now I'm going to screw on one of those extension tubes and take the shot again so you can see the difference it makes. So I hope this video was helpful to you. You don't have to go out and buy the highest dollar equipment to get started. I would recommend you get started on some inexpensive equipment and work on your skills. Well, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. Please hit the subscribe button, like or share it. And if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. I love to answer questions if I can, and if it's a topic where I think others would benefit from it, I'll make a video about it. Once again, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.